Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode in our Let's Play series. Today we are back here in Craftopolis, where last episode we did the auto crafter for ice and I forgot to update the map, so let's see if I got the correct map here. And no. 1 second. Okay, now I got the correct map. Updated the map, and today I want to build another building here in Craftopolis to autocraft all the headstone components. Because if we're gonna craft everything in here, it's probably a good idea to start with the headstone components that we're gonna need to build the other autocrafters. That makes sense, right? So I'm gonna find a place here to build the headstone building, and I come back with you guys in a second. Okay guys, it's 8 hours after last clip and I'm back here. Ta-da! This is where our headstone building will be. And look at this cool door I did. Look at this. It's a door, a headstone door for the headstone building. And it's pretty easy to do. You just need a block here powering this top piston. Or, well, there's 3 pistons. The block is in the middle piston. And a dust here, and the quasi-connective magic powers the piston below, and then I have this headstone dust coming down here with a stick piston and a headstone block powering this. And whenever I step on this pressure plate here, you can see, or on that one, it powers this line that powers that piston, pushing that headstone block over there to stop powering these pistons. That's why it's open. But the idea is you have to step on both pressure plates at the same time to open the door. And same thing on this side here. But you might be thinking, dog, it took you 8 hours to build just this, just a floor and 2 doors? Ah, there is a secret button here. What does this button do? Ah, it's an elevator. Yeah. So I didn't show on video building the door and the elevator, because the door I just showed you guys how it is, very simple. And this elevator I have built already in my world twice, and I have a tutorial for this. So I guess I will leave the link for the tutorial in the video if you wanna build it. It was so easy because I already have built this so many times and I have a tutorial. I didn't struggle at all building that. But yeah, this basement below here is gonna be like a testing room, a room where we can build it, kind of like a creative world, but nothing creative. And what I have built here is not really a headstone contraption, but I'm just searching, or this is like the research and development room. So now we are researching what would be the blocks that I want to autocraft. So here I have placed a bunch of blocks and the recipes for them. And on this side we have the ingredients. And this number here is how many items these ingredients are part of the recipe. So for example, if you get a slime ball, the only item it's a part of is the stick piston, right? But if you get the items like headstone dust, is part of 12 recipes, iron ingots 10 recipes, sticks is 6 recipes, cobblestone 4, stone 4, headstone torch 4 recipes, planks 3 recipes, gold 2, the quartz 2, and then there is a bunch of other that are just 1 recipe. And in this, where is it? In this chest I have some other headstone components that maybe we could craft here, but like for example the calibrated scope, if I added this I would have to add 2 new ingredients, scope sensor and the shards, amethyst shards. The trapped chest I already have planks, and I already have enough stuff to craft the tripwire hook, so maybe we can craft that as a secondary thing, you know, but the ingredients to trap the chassis is one chassis and one tripwire hook, so it's kind of, yeah. And same thing with all the other woody stuffs here, like doors, fence gates, trap doors, buttons and pressure plates. I guess in theory we could craft it since we have planks here, but I prefer to do this when I do the wood types, right? A building for crafting wood stuff. Polish the blackstone button and polish the blackstone pressure plate. It's the same thing as stone, so I don't think it's that useful to craft. The daylight detector, we need the slabs and we need the glass, so I would have to add 2 more recipes. The dispenser, we already have a dispenser farm with Autocrafter. The TNT, I would have to add the gunpowder and sand. Plus, I like having the stat of TNT crafted because most of the time I use TNT, I use it inside the dispensers. So that's the only stat I can have to count how many TNTs I have used. And copper bulb in lightning rod, I would have to add the copper ingots, copper blocks, blaze rods. So yeah, and also this I will do when I will do a building to autocraft all the copper stuff. Yeah, so basically, you know, maybe these we can craft as a byproduct of other stuff, because we could craft the slabs with planks and then use the planks in the slabs, you know. Maybe, we will see. And the jukebox, same thing, I would have to add the diamonds, the lectern, I would have to add the bookshelves. So yeah, this will be for other places, other buildings to autocraft, I guess. Like the Skokie, maybe, I don't know where I would add. So yeah, there is another problem here that is, first I had the idea of doing a machine where like I just press a button and it will craft a stack of these rails, or one stack of pressure plates, one stack of torches, one stack of hoppers, right? So that's a little bit more complicated to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna have ingredients, and I'm gonna have a place where I press the button so a minecart will deliver the ingredients to the crafters. So imagine we have an array, just like, you know, a furnace array, but array of crafters, an array of 64 crafters. And then I press, let's say for example, I want to craft, let's get a simple recipe here. I want to craft this stone pressure plate. So I will press the button for the stone. It will give 1 stone in each crafter. Then I press the button again. It will give another stone. And then I press the button to craft. We'll craft 1 stack of stone pressure plates, right? But then we have some problems, like for example, if you get a recipe like this, you need 2 dummy items, right? So then you can remove those dummy items, because if you place a dummy item, I have to go around and clicking 64 crafters to block these, it's gonna be too much of a hassle. So you place a dummy item, place a torch, another dummy item, torch, quartz, torch, stone, stone, and stone, and then you press a button to remove the dummy items, and then to craft the stack of comparators. So yeah, I think that's gonna be like that. I know that's not very efficient. Yeah, I can't think of a way that is efficient, but also you don't need it to have 1 billion stacks of items, you know, waiting so it so you can craft the stuff, you know. It's yeah, because if we're doing individual auto crafters like we did in the icy farm there, the icy shop, then we would need a lot of redstone dust for the observers here, just in case I needed to craft observers. A lot of redstone dust here, and you know, everywhere. So I would need too many ingredients just in case I need to craft stuff, and this way I will craft what I need only, you know. I hope that is a little bit understandable. So I will try to start building this redstone crafter contraption thing here, and I will come back with you guys in a second to show you the build or how this will work. Okay, I'm back here, and as you can see, we have the crafter here. It's not complete because I wanted to show you guys the redstone. So basically we're gonna have ingredients in these chests here and minecarts, and you select the ingredient by just pressing the button. So for example, here we have stone, and when I press this button, the minecart will go on top of the hoppers there, placing one item on each of the crafters. So we can see here that all the crafters have a stone now, for example. And let's say, for example, I want to craft stone pressure plates. So now I need another stone here. So I just click the button again here, and it goes there and places all the stone. So yeah, now we have what we want to craft. So we press this button here, and you can see it will craft one stack of stone pressure plates. So yeah, this is just, you know, a cool thing. Is obvious, not efficient, not fast. But yeah, so basically you do the rails going on top of hoppers, and then here we have these droppers powering this block that power two lines here of auto crafters. And we have these detector rails here that we power through this headstone here, this button. There is a headstone that powers the block below those rails to craft. And we have this other rail underneath the crafters because we're gonna have another minecart here that will have dummy items, because you know how sometimes you need an empty spot in the recipe. So here's gonna be like, let's suppose it's not gonna be stone, but let's suppose the stone is gonna be the dummy item. So we're gonna place dummy items here. So you can see it's gonna have one stone here, but imagine the dummy item is probably gonna be something that is not part of any recipe. So okay, we place the dummy item there, and now we want to remove the dummy item. So this is what we do. We place 5 of the same item here, and this minecart will collect all the dummy items, and after this minecart collects the dummy items, we can press the button to craft. So yeah, this is why we have rails underneath the crafters. I will show a better example when we have all the ingredients here. I just wanted to show you guys how to build this. This is the same design I used for the tropical fish Pokédex and the brewing stand that we have in Octantlis. So yeah, the only difference there is instead of using a button here, there I use like a fence gate to hold the minecart, and press a note block to release the fence gate, the minecart. But it's basically the same thing. So you have this this detector rail, and underneath the detector rail there is a note block, and then there is a stick piston, observer that powers when the minecart goes through here. This observer powers this activator rail, and then this observer powers this stick piston that pushes this rail back. So when the minecart goes back, it goes underneath here, because when the minecart's falling the soul sand, because it's 1 pixel lower, the minecart goes on the bottom rail here. The one thing you have to pay attention with this is, look how, you know how the minecart goes here? There is no curve, it's all rails, you know, all going straight, right? So every time you go from a straight rail to another straight rail, the minecart will always go east, and when it comes back, it goes underneath that rail, and it always goes south. So you have to build, this is directional, you have to build it in a way that your minecart is going east and south. That's one thing that I did actually, was trying to build this part of the stuff there, and then I realized the minecart was going the wrong way, so I have to rebuild these crafters a little bit over here to build the minecart with the ingredients here. Hopefully you guys understood my explanation here. Yeah, I'm gonna finish building these and decorating, making this prettier, and when I come back with you guys with everything ready, I show other examples to autocraft stuff here. Okay, I'm back here, and where is it? Where is it? Ta-da! There you go. The Heady Berry building. It's like a blackberry, but red because headstone. Yeah. I really like this building. Looks great at night. We have a lot of frog lights here. And if we enter the door here, now you can see all the ingredients here. And all the chassis are full. Well, not all the chassis. This here I didn't fill up. And I didn't put any items to be the what's called again, the filler, the dummy item. Yeah, because I realized that you can use any item as a dummy item as long as that item is not part of the recipe. So for example, let's try to craft the pistons, because look at this, we are low on pistons and we need pistons to craft the stick pistons. Okay, so the problem is I need to remember how to craft a piston. I think it is wood first, right? Let's see. Minecart's coming. Okay. Also, I kinda would need a way to know when the minecart's back. This is very cringe. You know, this crafter here is very cringe. I guess you can kinda hear the piston a little bit when the minecart comes back. But yeah, let's see if I can craft a piston. Right now I'm crafting oak slabs, I guess. So next we would need the cobblestone. Right. And then, oh my god, I always have trouble knowing if the iron ingot's on top or on the bottom. Like on the middle or on the bottom slot. I think redstone is in the middle, right? Oh my god, this is so cringe. Let's see. Piston. Okay, it's iron. I was gonna do it wrong. Good thing I look. Yeah. So you can see how cringy this is. You have to remember the recipes, and I don't know the recipes. It's fine. It's fine. It's all gonna be fine. Trust me. Okay. Now we need another cobblestone. Right. Then another cobblestone, headstone dust, and another cobblestone. Okay, cobblestone. This is so cringe. Would have called this cringe berry, not a candy berry. Okay, now headstone dust. And finally, this is, look how long it takes, and we are gonna craft one stack of this. Yeah, this is way faster than just, you know, using a crafting table. It's fine. It's so fine. Okay, there you go. And now, tada, we easily get one stack of pistons. And now I can fill this. And let's say now I want to craft a stack of stick pistons. So first we need slime balls. Right. Now we need the two dummy items, and like I said, you can use any items as dummy items, as long as not on their side. So I'm gonna use this one here, headstone dust, because the recipe is just stick pistons, or slime balls and pistons. Okay, so there, and then we can do another dummy item. Okay. And now normal piston, and yeah, I press this button, activates the piston. This is, oh my god, it's fine. It's so fine. Okay, now we need to remove the dust, so this is how we do. We get like 5 dust here, place here, send this minecart. Surely enough, it will remove all the dust from here. Anytime now, comes back here. And we can refill this. And now we are ready to craft. And this trapdoor's open, of course. Ta-da! One stack of stick piston, the fastest you have ever seen. Yeah. Okay, so at least there is a good thing about this building, that is the basement, which is a room where we can think about new redstone ideas, like for example, a new auto crafter for all the redstone dust, or all the redstone components. Yeah, but I will do one that you just have a chest or a shulker box, and whenever that shulker box is full, it just stops crafting that, and whenever you get items out of the shulker box, it will automatically craft more to fill the shulker box again. So I'm gonna design this here. Yeah, I know. Cringe binge. Okay, I'm back here, and I have designed the new way to craft a new crafter, because the one we did here is a little bit cringe. So I'm gonna attempt to explain to you guys how it works. So here is one slice. So this is for items that we need to craft, but also they are used in a recipe. For example, redstone torches. We craft redstone torches with sticks and redstone dust. And redstone torches are used in recipes like repeaters, comparators. So the way it works, we have 2 water streams will be there. One goes to the crafter, and yeah, these 3 hoppers will be full of items. So in this example, would be full of sticks and dust. And whenever we have a comparator, let me get up here first try. There we go. Whenever that hopper gets full, so signal strength 15, that's a bunch of redstone dust going around, it will extend that piston, and this piston here extends whenever that comparator is off, meaning we have we need more items. Okay, so when both these pistons are activated, it's saying to the crafter that you can craft now. And we're gonna use a global clock that will send a signal to a rail line here. And this is what's gonna make the crafter work, right? A global clock. But each slice will only work if that slice needs items to be crafted and the hopper there is full. Because if this hopper is not full, we might get an empty slot and a wrong ingredient enters the hopper. I will show a better example for you guys, but this is for items that we, like I said, we need to craft and also are used in recipes. And we have another water stream here. It's a simple item filter because, for example, if we start sending torches in the water stream and we don't use all of them, we want them to come back here. So yeah, now imagine we have an item that we want to craft, but it's not used in any recipes. Like, for example, repeaters. We don't use repeaters in a recipe. So in that case, we don't need this hopper, this dropper that drops the items in the water stream that goes to the ingredients, right? And we also don't need the filter because we're not gonna drop repeaters here. We don't need repeaters to come back. But there is 2 more cases. So this case here is just for stuff that's only ingredients. So it's just a large storage and a filter, and we drop then here, like for example, what is an example of something that's just an ingredient? For example, why am I forgetting stuff? Okay. For example, glowstone, that we need a glowstone to craft redstone lamps. So we would have a bunch of glowstone here. We drop glowstone when we need to drop glowstone, and that filter gets the leftover glowstones. And this other case here is a special case for some items that we can store more, like for example redstone blocks, because then if we never need the redstone blocks for a recipe, but we need redstone dust. So we have a redstone blocks here, and whenever we need redstone dust, we power this crafter that will send redstone dust to the lines, and then that filter is redstone dust that will come back in that crafter and get crafted again. And yes, I am using the toggle state crafter, cringe binge it might break, but who cares. But yeah, I know that this is a little bit harder to understand, but I already started building the system here, and it's gonna be easier to explain. with the system here. So yeah, as you can see, we have those there are slime blocks, gold blocks, iron blocks, and redstone blocks, because we can craft them into dusty ingots and slime balls, right? And then when they come back here to these filters, they get crafted back into blocks, just so we can store more of them. And then on this part is the stuff that's just ingredients, like logs, hay bales, glowstone, glass, amethyst shards, scope sensor, quartz, stone, and cobblestone. And then next we have the stuff that we have to craft, and also our ingredients. I think it's better if I show here. So pressure plates, tripwire, torches, sticks, slabs, casts, planks, piston, crafting table, and dropper. And then from here on is stuff that we only craft and they are not ingredients in any recipe. So for example, well, everything you can see here: crafter, stick pistons, all the rails, the calibrated scope, lamps, observers, all this stuff here that we are crafting here. And yeah, now how do we know which ingredients we need and which ingredients we should start the droppers, make the droppers drop stuff? Well, that's this redstone that I started making here. So the same torch here that goes there to activate that piston there, right? That's when the system needs more items, right? So when we don't have enough items, for example, this one we already have enough. I think this is stone buttons. The other stuff we still have space there, we don't have enough. So this will activate these repeaters, and we're gonna have these pistons pushing stuff back here or down here, and then we're gonna have redstone lines going to the ingredient. And I decided to make, starting from the first ingredient, that is slime balls, and the only thing that needs slime balls is stick pistons. So when this is on here, it will push there. And yeah, these stick pistons are supposed to push these observers down underneath that other observer, but I placed them in the wrong side here for now, just so I see if they are not gonna activate one next to each other and stuff like that. And because I don't want the items to start dropping and stuff, because I still don't have the clock for the crafter. So you see how we have this rail line here. This is where it's gonna activate the crafters, but we needed to power this in a clock. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I'm connecting these lines. So for example, the other line I connected here is for gold ingots. So we need gold ingots for these pressure plates here, and we need gold ingots for the powered rails. And I know what you think, why didn't I place the stick piston next to the slime and the gold pressure plates next to the gold blocks? Well, first, because I don't know if this is gonna interfere, like if I could make this viable with other things. It kinda looks like I could, but maybe I can't. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, it actually kind of looked like I... no, maybe that torch will power that piston. I don't know. But yeah, I could have done that, but it's fine. The only thing is that we're gonna have longer lines, you know? So yeah, now I'm gonna cut, and when I come back, there's probably gonna be 1 billion green redstone dust here. So be right back. Okay guys, I just turned on the whole machine here, Look at how cringe it is. uh, yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Oh, I just realized that some of these I could make a little bit faster. It's like here, I'm intercalating repeaters and dust, so it's a little bit faster, because if I did the only repeaters, it would be a little bit slower. But where we don't have anything next to each other, we can just do this, right? Okay, so let me do more dust, more cringe binge, BRB. Okay, I didn't save it too many repeaters here, just here and a little bit there. But yeah, it should be working. Look at this, all the ingredients. Now it's very crazy, you know, like 900 entities, because everything is out of stock. But if you look, everything is being crafted, see? Okay guys, so I did finish doing the redstone here, and then I had to fix a bunch of stuff. And yeah, the problem is like the speed. It's really hard to control, like the speed you drop ingredients with the speed you craft ingredients and stuff. And yeah, especially because right now everything is out of stock, right? The system is like crafting pretty much everything. I think the only stuff we have in stock is buttons and rails, because I already had a bunch of those crafted. I ran out of gold. I need to use the gold farm. But as you can see, look at this, 32. Anytime now, 33. See, it's crafting slowly but surely. And yeah, eventually, whenever stuff gets full, like for example, servers need the redstone dust, cobblestone, so probably is not getting any redstone dust to the other stuff that need it, like torches. We are not crafting anything, because everything before here that needs redstone dust is getting it before. So yeah, we're gonna kind of need to wait for everything to be crafted and then start crafting torches. It's a slow process, and I had to slow down these guys here, the ones that craft, right? Because it drops 9 ingots at a time, so I made this very slow clock here, and as you can see, it will drop it very slowly every once in a while, otherwise uh, we would be missing a lot of items, or not missing, but despawning. Yeah, but other than that, it seems like it's working okay. There was a recipe that broke. It was this one. Like for some reason, this is the observer one. For some reason, we got a scope sensor here, and I think it's because if this changes from signal 15 to 14 too fast, it might spit the block. You know, like a piston, when the stick piston spits the block. So it was crafting when it wasn't supposed to be crafting, basically. Yeah, but I think that shouldn't happen all the time, right? Surely we'll be fine. But yeah, I do need to farm some more ingredients like gold. We are completely out of gold. Headstone, I still have a lot, but we probably will need more. Yeah, some other stuff we might need more. Glass, scope. Oh, we ran out of scope sensors. Really? Oh my god. That means so many scope sensors spawned, because I had like a a chest full of coke. It's fine. It's fine. A lot of stuff despawned in the early tests, but it's fine. I'm gonna now see if I can farm some more ingredients and also try to decorate this here. We have heavy berry and this will be pineapple. That supposedly is supposed to be better than, like, apple is better than blackberry. But I don't know, it is still cringe. It's fine. Okay guys, I'm back here and it's done. There's pineapple. You guys like my pineapple logo? There is a pineapple here too. Maybe I need a little bit more light. But yeah, it's done, decorated, and also all these lights here are on, meaning we have all the stuff, except there is some ingredients that I need to farm a little bit more, like scope sensors, amethyst. We do have a lot of amethyst and bales, but we need, I think, 3 double chests full for this light to turn on. And yeah, some other stuff we need more, like redstone and gold. But yeah, we do have ways to get that. I just need to go there and farm. And yeah, and I also added this in case I needed to put any items here and they get sorted. So yeah, that's how it's looking now. And yeah, it was a little bit crazy doing all this redstone and stuff. The clocks here, I had to slow down the clocks because we were dispensing too many items and they were despawning. So yeah, there was a lot of trouble to solve it. So yeah, I'm just happy it's done. And yeah, let's try to update these maps here. This, and this. Okay. I realize now that I use the green glass that's the same color as the moss in the map. It's fine. And let's try. Let's see this one here. Okay, it's all inside this map. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. Hope you guys liked this cringe binge episode here. Like, place the map there, and here. Let's see this. This one is here, here, and there. And you kind of can see the pineapple there. Maybe I should have done the pineapple this way so we can see the map. I guess this tower here goes on top of this. I'm pretty sure this is a code violation, a building violation or something. It's fine. But yeah, hope you guys liked this, and now we have auto crafters for all the redstone stuff. Except there is no dispensers here because we have already the dispenser farm. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. See you guys next episode. Bye.